The perfect 10. Right. It goes right down to the quarter bell, which is for your bell topper, which is 14 mil. We included the push rod for that, as the pressure is a hell of a lot more than the others in Darwin. So we put an aluminium push rod on that. But I mean, if you don't make bells, you probably won't use this, but I mean quarters. It's good for rings and bell toppers, so it doesn't really make much difference. Right, let's get set up. So you folded your coin, right. First thing you do, right, now that is a 38.6 copper round. Now, folded, it comes in at 34.33, right. Now, if you want to turn a 34 mil coin into a 40 mil coin by wrapping it like 20 or 100, how many times you wrap it with monster tape, it's fine. There's people say they do 50 wraps or 20 wraps or whatever, but this is how we do it, and we don't get any problems with our covering. It's not hard. All you do is you one and a bit monster tape. That's to make it easier to get the electrical tape off. Well, the electrical tape is very important. Now, you really pull it tight like that, like a guitar string. That's one wrap around there like that. That's 1.5. 2's maximum. That's it done. Nice and neat. Now the second die, it will just about fit, but this is folded at 15 degrees. Now if you're on 17 degrees or 20 degrees, there's nothing wrong with them either, so you've got no need to buy new dies or anything like that. They'll be fine, because you've got the bigger die to cover it. And as seen in the video of the straight 8, you can actually reduce that in your fold and die anyway. Use it the same principle as an SW die. Pop it in there, push it down a couple of mil and you're away. So well, we'll use the bigger die today, and then we'll get up and running. Now everything is measured for a reason. Now it comes with a ram cover. Now use that ram cover, it's very important, and you'll see in a minute. Grease your die. Now, a lot of people use coconut oil, and it's fine. I've used it myself, I didn't have a problem with it at all. Just haven't got a really good dispenser on it. So I still stick with the grease. Put that in there like that. Now you get your rod, which will fit nicely over the top of that. You put your coin ring in there like that. Level it as best as possible. Then you give yourself a bit of distance. Right, that's fine. Just leave that. Now the reason that the ram cover's there is for, now if you're on an arbor 1 ton, 2 ton, 3 ton, it doesn't matter. You'll probably be able to sweep through with more or less one pull down on the handle. It's big. This only comes down 1/4 mil at a time. But as you push it down like that, now your ram cover hits your die and you know you're through, and it's perfectly right. There you go. Completely through. You see that? Use your ram cover as your gauge. You cannot damage your die and everything is fine. Right. Now your rod may stick there because of your electrical tape or your monster tape or whatever it is, but you can just reverse it in the thing and push it through with your ram. I don't recommend hitting anything with a hammer, but you can just put it like that, push it through. Right, that's that done. That was on number 1 die, which is size for American Silver Eagle and higher, so you can probably do up to about 43 mil on it to cover you for your challenge coins. But I haven't tried a 43 mil coin in it because I do not have one, but I would be pretty confident that it would cover that. Definitely American Silver Eagle and a 41.6 or something like that for sure. Now die number 2. Now the first die, the big die, has reduced it so much it's down to there. So let's see what we can do with die number 3. Die number 3, it basically goes in the top. Perfect fit on that. Now I'm not gonna anneal and I'm not gonna rewrap because I'm just gonna push it straight through. I'll just grease this up. But on a normal circumstances, if you're using a high quality coin, I would recommend you rewrap every time. Now I'm using rod number 2 for the second die because this rod is a little bit iffy. So remember, it says only to bed it in. I'll use a better size on that one. Right, that goes back with die number 2. That's finished with. Use your gauge. Put it on. You're through. Look at your coin. The shape of your coin there is absolutely fantastic. Didn't recover. Look at the shape of that. Fantastic set of dies at 3 degrees. They're identical to the straight 8, but of course there's 10. Hence the fantastic name. Right, I'll just remove this and be back. Right, let's remove this covering now, so I'll recover it now. Look, no problems with the covering coming off. I can't understand people saying, oh, I'm losing my covering, I'm losing my covering. It just doesn't make sense. You saw that. Make sure that electrical tape is stretched like a guitar string. Well, I only went round there twice, and twice with Munster tape. That's to pull it off. Look how easy it came off. Now look at the shape of that. That's the third die. And we're on 1.5. So far so good. Right, I will anneal this and I'll rewrap it and I'll be back. Right, again, I'll show you how to wrap once more. Very important wrapping. But you don't have to go mental and turn a coin into 10 mil bigger than it should be. You got the openings at the top of, at 3 degrees, you've got to be bang on the money. Or otherwise, you stick another 20 mil on it with tape. Now that was once round there that time. I'm not bothered about the Munster tape. That's there purely to help take this electrical tape off, because you can just use electrical tape, but it's a bugger to get off. You really tight like that, guitar string stuff. 1. Tight like that again. And that's 2. There, and that is absolutely beautiful. Look at the shape of that through that third die. Third die, yeah, is it third die? Yeah, that's been used, the string. Perfect. Right, let's push this bugger through. Make sure your rod fits nicely on it. That's perfect. Now you can 4th die. And like I say, because these are so short, on an arbor press, you'd pull that handle down and you're through in seconds. It'll save you a lot of time. These come down at 1/4 mil a time, these hydraulic systems. Well, ours does anyway. It's a lovely system, don't get me wrong. But it's not as fast as an arbor press on this design die. But it's not necessary. It takes you minutes. I mean, this video will go on and on and on because I'm yabbering on like a demented baboon trying to explain things. But in theory, you could make this in that ring in minutes with this set. I mean, it's straight through, bang through, bang through, bang through. You get the gist. Like I say, you can use coconut oil. I've used it myself. It's fine, and it's a lot less messier. But I haven't got a proper squirter for it, and it goes all over the place. Right, now on the 4th die, it's reduced that much to go there. That's with its wrapping. Right, now this here, that will probably be alright. But if I had to use the one to bed in, just drop it down and mark your push. Don't push past that mark and you can't damage your rods. A system like this, it's near on impossible to damage your rods. But I'm sure someone will prove me wrong. But I've got rods here, I've been using for years. As it happens, I'm happy with that situation there. So this will just push straight through. Touch your die, you're through. There you go. It's the shape of it again. Absolutely beautiful. you have a finished product here. Absolutely. You just can't get any better coming out of any die. I don't believe that. And if someone is getting the same results coming out of the dies that they're building, I'd love to know who they are so I could actually check them out. Now that was on the full top. Now that's a ring. In fact, it should be round about V1/2 because I wear V1/2. Or smaller than that. That's just touching you. I don't believe that. Well, I've got to believe it because it's the gauges saying it. But that's a bit tight. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. That's probably about right. Now that's on the 4th die. And it's perfect. This will enhance your experience in coin raking. If you haven't got a set of SW dies, 3 degrees is, in my opinion, the way to go. If you've got a set of dies and they're 7.5 or whatever it is, I'd still recommend buying 3 degrees because I know people who've bought 7.5 and they use both. So it's depending on what shape you want. Right. Now I wouldn't do any more work to this because that's a finished product as far as I'm concerned, and it says it's just over U. It's on U, so I would keep that at that because I don't take these coins any smaller. But the walls are so straight, you're going to get hit down the problem where you're going to have to reshape your ring. So I'm going to do this die to show you. I'm going to anneal this because I'm going to have to bring it in. Now I'm going to have to do 1, 2, that's 1, sorry. I want to put 2 monster tapes on this because the ring is a finished product. I've got to reshape it at 3 degrees. Because once this comes out of that bottom port, the walls are so straight, it's got to be reshaped somewhere along the line because you just won't get it. Now I did 3 electrical, and what was it, 2? Well, 3 months of tape, 2 electrical to be on the safe side down there. Now, let's grease this up. Now I won't use any more dies in this set on this demonstration. Now the word of the day is our dog Pepsi. The word of the day is Pepsi. Right, grease that up. That's the wrong die, isn't it? Yeah, the wrong die there. Grease the wrong one up. Now I need to bed this in because that always be on the side of caution on these Darwin rods, so that probably be alright, but it's not necessary to take a chance. Just use the other side. Now remember, the other side doesn't go through, so like I said to you before, drop it in there, mark it with your black marker pen and don't push past that mark, but I'm not going to bother there because I'm only going to bed this in. Right, let's bed it in. take it a little bit more than that. On the inside. Right. Push through the stand. Can't damage your die. Your cover's on top of your die, flat to the surface. You're through. That's the reason it's there. Use it. It's there for a reason. Beautiful shape. Little bit on the tiny side for a coin of this size, but well, it's ridiculous. It's N. And it's as straight as a die. So basically that is it. Now you saw that coin was on the top. I wrapped it, I pushed it down, and it shaped itself till it hit the port and came out again, and I didn't lose any covering whatsoever. The only covering that you might lose is at the top. You can see it there because it comes down off the reed, little circle or whatever. But that is how easy it is. SW dies will change your life in the coin ring industry. Whether you use 7.5s or 5s or 3s, I mean, build anything. Now that is a finished product. Can you, let's get this out of the way. There. Finished. Perfect. Thank you.